Is the mothership crashing?
I tell you, I tried to jack off on Reddit. I tell you that. I opened it. First thing was like, Shane Gillis fucking sucks now. I was like, no. I still got one off, but it was a tough one.
There's a lot of mean, angry people out there, Shane.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not happy
For
in their
sure.
life.
For sure.
That is a...
Well, it finally happened. Watching all these comedy podcasts finally broke me down biologically. A plague of sorts will be joining the audio today, so enjoy. Of course, trolls exist online. Every person who uploads anything can attest. But to paint every single person with an opinion as a bridge-dwelling troll, many who are your own ex-fans, sorry Joe, it just doesn't add up. And I think to myself, if the haters hate their lives and Joe is so happy with his life, why is Joe the one who makes this face if Shane merely says that dreaded R word? Ironically, Joe probably has 1,000+ hours complaining about online comments, yet he doesn't read them and he's impossible to get to. He's got a black belt in his brain.
All of the negative Reddit commenters, like, you guys need to go outside.
Touch grass, babes.
They're non-binary.
Wow, alright, that's really the angle he's going to take on his special reviews and losing fans. Okay, the people who podcast for a living telling the 99% to go outside. You mean the same 99% that goes outside to contribute to society most days of the year, all day, unlike millionaire comedians in their mansions, studios, and private jets.
Chevy is more than just a name you can trust.
Bro, you haven't even made 1 point yet, and you want to put a commercial in?
Yep, all inside. I guess Burn the Boats is about as good as Chopin, and so is Jokes by Whitney Cummings. The artist's contribution is above all, of course. Maybe they can start with cleaning or cooking food for themselves. Baby steps. As many have pointed out recently, the Brendan Shawbification of each comedian is truly something. It's like a tsunami wave building height through endless comedians instead of water for some reason. Even Two Bears can't reach 100k views in a day now. What is going on?
You got anybody in mind? Nick Fuentes? He could probably win in a few years. Hold on, let's talk.
Oh, and Joe Rogan just...
Think so, Rogan?
That guy. Not good, Joseph. How extreme do their views have to be before Joe thinks they're not a good presidential candidate? Elephant Graveyard was right that he's the master of the new guy, but Joe's like an infinite mirror of new guys at this point. I never know what we're gonna get next. And now there's a protest at Joe's motherland, the ship. Well, instead of it being a political protest, something Joe could sweep away as the woke hater brigade experiencing the walled garden effect. Nope, we get a Cartman inflatable, among many other anthropomorphic horrors, all just claiming he's taken over the comedy scene that was there and just want to keep Austin funny, without Diet Alex Jones. And the way Joe does his Kinnison impression in a lot of his specials, well, you can see how one might correlate the two. Speaking of, that's the amount of sides it takes to divide the world.
Gavin Newsom, he's not going to put up
Of course he would. Of course he would. He copies everything that Trump does. He even tries to talk like Trump on Twitter. You don't think that he would put up plaques that talk about how corrupt Trump was and about how terrible, and he was quoted as lying over 5,000 times by Washington Post, you know.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to put up a plaque. That'll just be everywhere.
I mean, but he could put that on.
And Shane tries to say, isn't that what everyone's just going to say? No plaque required? But Joe flies on through. He's aerodynamic. Shane and Matt's podcast survived the everyone invites politicians on for PR phase, not joining in, not changing their show. In his act, he's always tried to dig at both sides, but particularly the right, and he's Fox News dad. He's basically doing the same with Joe's new iteration.
Despite all, President Trump would get reelected in a landslide and save America in all caps. That's a plaque in the White House.
He's not beating the dictator charges. This is like an African dictatorship.
Bro, this is crazy. Somebody needs to tell him, like, hey, this is not good. You can't do that.
Joe starts to question everything, but he has to look at the ground and say it about 10 decibels lower.
Joe Rogan questions everything.
Other people could do that too, and then the White House stops being the White House.
Wasn't that a
Joe
show?
tries to disbelieve and protect the chosen one, but yes, Trump wrote that. Of course, Joe is now not happy about that, or ICE, and is pretending like he never said he helped the outcome.
I've told Rogan this too, like on the cold plunge. This is where I'm at on the cold plunge. The cold plunge and like jump into cold water was like a dessert in college football. Like,
thanks, Brendan. That's the ice I was talking about. The rich people ice. You jump in, so you have something difficult to do.
Thanks, Kaningo.
Even more revered acts like Chappelle or Gervais have also begun to show a little rust. The jokes aren't as funny on their surface or as logical if analyzed after. Or in Dave Chappelle's case, jokes about being a landlord and making rent unaffordable, except he really does own most of his town.
I be walking down the street minding my own business, and they come to me with their concerns. Hey, congratulations on buying the whole goddamn town. But you you need to start thinking about some affordable housing around here. Well, actually, champ, I can afford my house. That sounds like something you need to worry about.
Their peak material is long gone. Maybe an hour special like this would
That's
be
good.
interesting from Ricky instead. Is Tom Hanks available?
I was on stage not long ago in the States, man, because I said, well, you know, maybe Puff will get off. And I said, I hope so. And the crowd was like, boo.
Funny joke, I think that was. Anyway, very relatable, David. Keep it up. Back to the book of
I'm sure
Joseph.
he's a very nice guy. I'd like Peter Thiel. People that
nice
know
guy.
him
Had him
are
on
nice
the
guy,
podcast.
smart guy.
Pardon me.
Should the human race survive?
I've been to Peter's house twice.
Impressive. Thanks, Joe. What else you got? Well, I guess have Whitney Cummings on the podcast. As
Follow the
She
money.
went on a massive rant at YouTubers as her podcast numbers don't exactly add up compared to any other YouTuber or podcaster. 1 million views and
Checks
barely
out.
any likes and comments. Well, according to Whitney, she's using Google Ads.
I would use robots to make my
Robots.
podcast metrics. Inflating numbers artificially on YouTube are. I'm gonna look you in the face right now, and yes, I'm sitting on a booster seat. Thank you for doing this. You guys being this obsessed with me, honestly,
Session.
has boosted my self-esteem.
Okay.
The thing that used to help Whitney was that before all the podcasts, and every comedian practically has one, at least every other comedian has one, before it got this big and overcrowded, it's oversaturated. The numbers show. People are just over a lot of it. And it's not great content. It's not like they're coming and knocking it out the park every episode. I understand you can't knock it out the park every episode, but that's why even like a Joe Rogan is it benefits him that he switches it up. It benefits him to talk science with Neil today, and tomorrow have an athlete on and understand how it was coming up in Dominican Republic and what it took to become a boxer, and then go from that to a UFC, and then go from that to having his buddies on like a Coco Diaz. It benefits because it's not the same thing. It's not boredom for himself. Different conversations, different thoughts, different characters. So before all this got oversaturated, the thing that we loved about Whitney was she was one of those women comedians who was pretty, is pretty, but wasn't like uppity. That's rare. We have a few. I can name 3 right now. We have a few women comedians who understand it's not about looks. It might benefit you, it might hurt you, but it's not about looks. It's about being funny. And when she went on podcasts, she didn't make the atmosphere about Whitney. She was just always willing to just be almost like, how would we refer to people like this? We would say, like one of the bros. She was one of the bros. But now that she has a platform and, you know, she's doing numbers, I don't know. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't. Now when I see comments like this, 20 minutes of her discussing other platforms, it feels like it's all about Whitney. Which is fine. I mean, it's her world, right?
You guys being this obsessed with me, honestly,
Session.
has boosted my self-esteem.
Okay, it's not about obsession on the internet. The spectacle is making extra people momentarily look over.
Are methods that were presented to us, and we were guided through the process.
Oh, nice. We can tell you what we do,
From YouTube.
which is...
So she's paying Google ads for millions in reach exposure, I assume, which is not cheap, unless her sponsors pay major money. Google ads would cost more than the AdSense the show generates from views, which is even funnier than what she was defending herself from. Good job, Whitney. Finally, Jorbification might really be a real thing. That makes you wonder how big the audience actually is for her podcast. The fighter and the kid size, or better be fitting, her special jokes has a trailer with 80,000 views from 3 years ago. Maybe that's before the expert Google Ads strategy was deployed. So that's why the numbers were being questioned, compared to say a Jessica Curson with 1 million subs, 60k views, 2.5k likes, 117 comments, none accusing her of anything. But we can put that mystery to bed, and oh wait, instead of going I don't do that, and then just moving on with the podcast, she then uses her expert YouTube knowledge to explain to us all for about the next hour.
If someone with a podcast sees my comment and is like, there's not 50,000 comments, people comment, it's like, maybe you get a lot of comments because people listen to your podcast fight in the comment section all day. Maybe the people who listen to my podcast have a purpose in life. Maybe they like are sober. Putting it out public, it's, you don't want to fix it. You don't want to correct me. You don't think I suck.
How'd the
You're just
junkies
trying
catch
to-
a stray?
Insulting Joe's fans too, which you can't.
Honestly, how did the junkies catch a stray? By the way, praying for all the junkies out there.
Vape, but I don't like meat.
But what does sober got to do with a comment section?
Can't do that to King Comedy, okay? That's not nice.
So fraud. YouTube would have taken my channel by now, but it's, we're gonna keep logic out of this. Okay, weird. When someone insults you,
Logic.
they accidentally
Skip scene.
reveal how powerful they think you
Common
are.
sense.
Yeah, it's not a known
Skip
issue
scene.
that continues on all platforms or anything. No. The entertainment industry has a perfect reputation. Thank you for reminding me, Whitney.
If my name on your title makes you get numbers, wouldn't the actual me like do pretty well? Even if it's people hating me? Which is it? The only way to get out of that jam is for you to be like, no, your name didn't make our podcast do well because we use bots. I am sorry that trashing me is the only way anyone will listen to you talk. By the way, I relate to that also.
Maybe Whitney can address Too Lazy to Tries videos next. That would be something. Channels like his have high views no matter who is in the title.
I must be so powerful and
Yeah,
inescapable that
we
people
just reacted to
have
his
to
video
try and
yesterday.
take me down.
Podcasters say other people talk about other people too much. It's just too funny. Otherwise, there are thousands of YouTubers out there that cover other comedy clips daily. It's objectively not the Whitney Cummings show, but she's free to feel as such.
Its own economy. If these former comics...
The failed comic defense. YouTubers are simply covering whatever the big topic is that week that they want to cover.
Right.
To say that they're all failed comedians or they all wanted to be comedians, that's a very low probability.
I feel like that was... She doesn't get it.
Even a regular non-old YouTuber guy goes, what was that? And I reply, one of the comedy greats, young one.
For like an older dude podcaster to troll
Checks
you,
out.
it's like you're DOS, dude.
The irony to call YouTubers covering comedy old, the thousands of YouTubers of all kinds talking about the state of comedy, is because comedy fans used to have good comedy to consume and talk about instead. I don't think any of them realize quite yet that outside of someone like Shane Gillis's proven track record, the viewership and reviews add up across skits, TV series, comedy specials. People are actually hanging on for his next thing. Almost every other name at the moment can't say the same. Even Theo Von bombing at his own Netflix taping with his big fans present, Dave now not being Dave, Bill Burr being whatever Bill Burr is now. Millions of people would rather watch the next Elephant Graveyard. That's what the numbers say. Even Andrew Schultz says ticket sales are down, and he's the crowd work Magoo master, so not looking good, guys.
Being an old, miserable guy who's mad at me for making it in comedy, it's not controversial. That's actually the default.
Right, it's all just negative comment leavers who hate their success because they are X, Y, or Z. Jessica Curson and Tim Dillon can make me laugh. Shane Gillis sending jokes right over Joe's head makes me watch JRE again. These videos often mention Carlin, Bill Hicks Jones, Trevor Moore. I could do with another Joan Rivers dishing truth like a 5-star Michelin, but that is rare. Unfortunately,
I like
those
Joan
folks
Rivers.
can't quite understand opinions yet,
Rest in
so
peace.
give them time. Even though their whole job is mocking things, attempting to be funny, you'd think they'd understand YouTube rather than fuel, but here we are.
Right? And it's all about originality now.
Oh yeah, these modern day comedians. Really original, real unique voices and insights. They've never lifted a joke from each other. They're that hardworking and care about the craft and da-da-da-da-da.
You
Norm.
volunteered to do my self-deprecating for me, and I don't pay you, but I guess you get paid.
I was trying to think of his
Like,
name
I
last
wanna come for your
episode.
job. Like, AI is already coming for you.
Alright, last point. AI might get everyone. You're right, Whitney. 10 points. But it's coming for people that make 2 broke girls before it's coming for the millions of essential workers that keep society safe and operational. Even then, some roles will always need human supervision. Can't say the same for a Hollywood set. Generative AI is almost certainly going to win the budget math with the big execs. Or YouTube, if we're being honest. Yes, the most famous people might be slightly insulated, but even for Joe Rogan, if you can generate an AI episode that is the exact same and you really can't tell anymore, then you flood the entire algorithm with 1 million of them, and then repeat that for literally everything out there. It's saturation overload, and it could really hurt all of the internet, essentially. But these podcasters love to pretend like they aren't YouTubers, so I guess they'll be fine. Even if the oversaturation slowly breaks all of our recommendation systems, well, the positivity bias is strong in the celebrity kind. Anyway, what's Joe up to again? Don't tell me it's just falling for AI on Twitter and talking about his love of AI classical versions of 50 Cent songs for the 17th time. Please. Wait, that's not Joe. Oh, well,
They're gonna
close
put this
enough.
out. Bert Kreischer crashes out and
I really hope they don't.
and he's mentally broken and whatever they're gonna say. I never understood those guys. I never leave negative comments. I do leave comments, but they're always funny.
Bert appears on YouTube channels because of clips like this.
Never understood guys who leave shitty comments on like women's accounts. My daughters are gonna be failures compared to you. They will make no one happy. I would be shocked if they get out from under my shadow. 2 white chicks, mediocre, not even that attractive.
Oh, my daughter.
Yeah. I don't find them hot. What am I wrong? And the reason I don't read comments is one day one guy got in my head, and this guy who I don't know kind of fucked my day up.
or this.
Is like you're sitting there with little to nothing to do, and you throw a hateful thing out, and then someone's like, fuck you, and now you're talking.
Yeah.
I was like, where's Leanne's labia bit? And then I
Yeah.
did research. Do you know that women in menopause lose their labia? But these young girls have crazy labias. Like, and I'm just like, well, that's a lot of labia, man. I'm 53.
That's all it is. But Bert's never going
Where
to
did
ignore
you
it for a
read
moment.
that?
He's just going to throw on that Oculus and keep spinning these
Were they
same
trolling
bizarre
you?
narratives while saying all that about his own
When you have everything you need to start strong.
family.
Hey, it is kind of. I understand being gullible, and Bert definitely strikes me as someone that if you were good friends with him, you could convince him a couple things. Like, oh, I never heard of that. What do you mean you never heard of the Obama? I didn't even know we had a black president. Like, he seems like you could pull a fast one on him. But him believing what he just spoke, I'm not going to repeat it. You heard it. Him believing that shows you that he must really be good on the business side. Because the fact that someone like him has ran a successful business and does it well, and then read something like that or heard someone say that trolling, or unless they were serious, and he's just running with it. And again, that's one of those things about these podcasts, that they're just dumping episodes on us back to back to back. They don't even go back and, Google things and just make sure they know what they're talking about. They'll just come repeat a conversation or a paragraph that they just read or heard. I get it though. I do. I'm not casting the first stone, because I get it. You're busy. You got a lot going on. I get it.
One of only 250, the endangered comedian is trying its best to be funny. Just give it time. It's just painful that Bert can't accept some people won't like his stand-up. Still have your core woo fans who love it, but it just isn't good enough. And H3N2, the news be saying, well, why is that the inverse of 2B1C?
New episode of Two Bears, One Cave, Tommy. I had my first 3.
One cave.
What did I say?
1K.
Okay.
They're also in the news. It seems the paused Segura...
Is he about to tell us about a 3?
Currently, according to the Most High TMZ...
Oh yeah, he's married.
Islands. Best of luck making it back to podcasting with Bert, Tom.
He probably did have one.
Recorded episode as this is Two Bears. Sorry, Tom, I had to cut you off there. How are the fans going to stop being paused with a sponsor like that? A mystery for the ages.
I remember I had a social media team who they were trying to take down anyone that said anything negative about me.
Oh, there it is. Finally lets that slip. Finally something funny.
And he was like, this bad video about me, and he was like, hey man, I watched it. And I was like, how bad is it? He was like, it's not that bad. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I mean, it's not that bad.
Thanks, Bert. Keep it up, buddy.
How many jackets do you have?
Hundreds. It is more anxiety inducing to have this overwhelming abundance of stuff. And I know it's like a boo-hoo comment. People will be like, oh, I got too much stuff. It's true.
Oh yeah, 2026 economy. It's hard out there for those with a museum of shirts to choose from. 1,000 pairs of shoes makes you feel lousy, guys. You wouldn't understand such a struggle. Maybe he can appear on Free Bert, his new Netflix show where Bert tries to fit into elite Beverly Hills schools while his daughters attend. Riveting. And Christina, well, she doesn't do a show with Bert, so congratulations. Well, Joe's help for Lord Trump was not for nothing, everyone.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
Now help these two dad joke jeans people get home, please, Mr. President. Oh, and everybody, please, pray for Akash. No, really, that man needs to try for the backup parachute at this point.
I hit myself a couple of times like a maniac.
Flagrant's views are really down, and every comment is exactly what you'd expect. Where before this, it was 95% positive, all big Flagrant fans, basically. So, damn. A fresh start is needed before there is no more pressing start on that easy podcast money. Then it's the scariest thing a comedian can face, as they've said on their podcast a million times. The one thing they'd run 100 marathons with David Goggins to avoid. A real job.
Do they hear this noise?
No.
They can hear, but it's not as bad as we would imagine. They were talking about the comments, and I was like, guys, I've said worse things to you than any of these comments.
Right.
We're comics. We all sit around and are so much meaner to each other than any of them.
The fire alarm doesn't work.
This is what they wanted.
We ain't turning that off.
That's a hit piece.
I don't know, Chad. You think they've said meaner? I know what it is to be in a room full of people who you get along with, have love for you. And I know we can cut up, and we go far sometimes too far. But obviously, y'all haven't said worse things to each other, or otherwise y'all wouldn't even bring it up. Y'all wouldn't even feed off of the things you're reading. They must be striking a nerve, some way, somehow. Whether you find a little bit of truth to it, whether you just, cause I wouldn't continuously hear y'all bring this up, the comment section. Pardon me. And maybe there's some truth to what y'all saying. Maybe some of these people are just literally miserable. It's so easy to feed off of negative energy. Like, people love to go and flock towards channels like this, even though he wasn't really, like, I'm gonna check him out a little bit more, because he wasn't necessarily trying to pick them apart. He was just collecting the pieces that fell off, the crumbs that fell off already. And I can't really disagree with him on most of it. But yeah, Chad, you know how it goes. I mean, being bothered by the comment section, I understand it. I really do. But there's answers for that. Like, turn the comment section off until you build your mentality up strong enough to not care, or until you feel you can have it there and you're not going to read it, you're not going to go through it, and you're not going to be affected by it. Or don't turn it off. Maybe because you want engagement. Then you just gotta take the W's with the L's. It is what it is. Some of it can come from a positive place where someone says something that you're like, maybe I never noticed that. But even with that, you gotta be careful. You can't just start accepting everything someone says. Oh, I think this about you. Oh, I think you're more funnier in this field. I think you should start talking about this on your podcast. Now you don't know who you are. You done lost yourself trying to pick up pieces of what everybody else is telling you you could be, you will be, you are. So yeah, it's sketchy. It really is. And at the end of the day, I just look at it like this. So what? Some people suck. Some people suck. Some people are just gonna come for you, say negative things. They won't change. Some people suck. So what? Take the good with the bad. Keep it moving. I would like to put my comments on to have some engagement with y'all. To have people that are watching and building this community with me. To say things. To recommend things. Maybe some of y'all are too lazy to go get my email and send me a video. Or to become one of my clippers. But maybe some of y'all would have no problem commenting. Hey yo, I'll clip for you. Here's my email. So I can't wait for my comment section to be turned on. Where I can get some engagement, some feedback. Yo bro, we love these videos. 67 likes. 700 views on the video. Oh, y'all do love these videos. I want engagement, but I can't allow access to everyone's opinion of me. And more deeper than everybody's opinion of me, opinion on what we got going. We don't even know where this is going to go. It's in baby stage. Again, I said it before. The easiest way to kill something, a dream, a project, a company, the easiest way to kill it is in baby stage, in infant form. It's easy to kill it because it's weak. And I can't have this thing that we're building and trying to see what it becomes, and people are poking holes in it as they walk by. Oh this, oh that, oh this. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Ease up. You got your hate, you got your opinions on me. We could take that. But ease up until we figure out what this is. Then you got other people coming to the platform. They're trying to see what this community is. And then they got your comment section going crazy about 15 different things that are not going to make you money, not going to make me money, not going to help us make moves. So it's just like, listen, I get it. The internet will be the internet. Life be lifing, the internet be interneting. And you can't escape that. But you'll have the ability to comment on what we got going over here when I give you the ability to comment on what we got going on over here. Until then, earn it. At least subscribe. At least get me to 100,000 subscriptions. Then I'll throw the comment section on. That's about 100,000 people, give or take 40,000 of them are going to have some negative things to say consistently. Not every once in a while, consistently. We'll take 60. Get out.